Welcome back everyone to A Programmer Plays Aggelos. In our previous episode, we actually managed to find our way to what I suspect is the final boss. I'm not entirely convinced of that myself. It doesn't quite square for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like, hang it. It just feels weird. Go this guy. It just felt weird that like we got there and it's just kind of like, yeah, here it is in the corner. An electric eel and I am exhausted. Need some energy to keep going. That help? No. Ooh, electric eel. Okay, hold on. Equipment. Lightning. Yes, aha! Thank you, stranger. I feel great. I can go back home now. That's actually pretty cool that they took equipment that would have been a problem for me in the water and flipped that around to be an advantage. Now, it actually worked out really nicely for me there that I had been wearing armor and I started the episode and I was like, oh, I'm wearing my old armor. I should switch over, which meant that I was fresh on the idea of switching around my gear. That could have easily not been the case. Yeah, we've done that. I'm trying to think. Yeah, as far as I'm thinking of, we're good in this area. So, I did get a little nudge off camera, saying that I need to look at the base of the volcano, which I think the nudge, which was fairly ambiguous, I think that they mean here. What have I missed here? Now I'm wondering if the nudge I got was perhaps wrong. Forgot about that. around. Um... You have to say. Same stuff that you've been saying, right? As far as I know, we're done here. Honestly, that nudge might have just been wrong. Just say. Alright. I'm slightly hesitant to do this because I feel like I'm probably just going to get in here and burn time without having anything to show for it in the end, but we haven't been in here in a while, so... Kind of interesting, actually, how much this area, I would say more than almost any other area, like, you just don't have cause to return to in a way that the other areas, you just sort of end up retreading them as a matter of course as you're doing, like, the monkey quest and stuff. Oh, is this where I was remembering the wind slashable stuff? No, that's the shortcut back. Maybe it was over here. Yeah, alright. Okay. I feel like the way that that hint was given to me was maybe trolling me a little bit, but it's fine. Okay. Because this is not how I would describe... Like, I would not say that this is... at the foot of the volcano. Or maybe, you know, there's something going on at the foot of the volcano, and I'm just not... I just missed it, and this is a whole separate thing. The answer is no. that something I can do from the other side. Hey, that's a level up. I do wish that those would stay. Damn it. Oh, do I think that I need whatever the woodpecker technique is to do that? This is decently obscure. Nope. I'm trying to like pogo on them, and it is just not working out for me. All right. Maybe kind of do that. Alright, so. Okay, that actually did recharge me. If I were to bubble. Alright. I need the bubble, actually. I kind of don't. Yeah, we did it. Hey, there we go. All right. Magic is the bomb. Collect max MP. That is great. Were there any other places where I needed to cross a particularly massive gap? Not that I'm thinking of. So what we'll do, we'll go ahead, save here. Because the only things left for us to get are the last technique and 2 hearts. We know where one of them is. And of course we need to level up to level 20. I want to do all of that before we get to the end of the game. Now, getting to level 20 is going to take some doing. Because it takes 99,999 XP to get there. Oh, you know what we need to do? Okay, hold on. We know where it is. I'm betting we know where the other heart is. The dinosaur. I want to do that before we do the friggin' this thing. I keep saying dinosaur, I mean to say pterosaur. Please know that I am at least educated enough to know that. I'm going to say yes. Alright, so completely leaning into air dash is not the way. That's fine. Weren't really expecting it to be. All right. We finally did it. Incredible. I must admit that I underestimated you. I didn't think a human could be this gifted, or perhaps you are not human. As promised, here's your reward. Yay! Alright, so now we just need life finds a way. It's the achievement we just got. But now we just need to get enough money to purchase the last one, and we need to get a bunch of XP in order to reach that level 20. So I'm thinking I might do that off camera real quick. Like the grinding, just because it's gonna be kind of tedious, I think. Where do I think would be a good spot for it? I mean, the natural assumption is somewhere near end game, right? So maybe dark clouds, or just inside of the Sky Temple in general. I hate those little spitter guys, but if I remember correctly, the Minotaurs drop pretty good money in the next area, and pretty good XP. So I might do a little bit of grinding in here to find out. I will see you guys back here once I have enough money or XP or whatever. Alright, and here we are back. I have not made as much progress on the XP as I would like. We're about, a third of the way through to the next level, but we are at 150,000 plus. So, all I just did was just run through killing Minotaurs and that guy dropped a herb. That guy dropped a health. Nice. So let's see. yes. Teleport, yes. I really wish that pressing down here would go to the top. Because, you know, it's not like a big effort or anything to loop around manually. It just takes a while. It feels like a waste of time, especially when you know how little code it takes to do. It is literally one line of code. Alright, dude, I'm finally here. Give me this. Yes. Woo! You're all heart is the achievement we just got. And that is finally the point at which, like, really we've been past this point for a while, but the 10 hearts versus recovering all hearts is now actually, like, a noteworthy difference, right? I'm a little tempted to just go ahead and buy one, actually. Because I think they cost 10,000 in here. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and do it. No, yeah, sure, that XP, that money could be going towards turning into XP, but we don't really need to. Alright, let's do the bit that I've been putting off, which is going back and getting that last, scroll. Really, I'm low-key dreading this. I'm sure it will be fine. But at the same time, I'm just like... killing the enemies pretty much purely for the XP. Alright. And as we know, we don't get... like, this doesn't save, so hopefully we're not spent in here doing it for a long time. Oh, shit. Not an auspicious start. Oh, no. Yeah, alright. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. There we go. Alright. Elemental magic cannot be used in this room. Defeat all enemies to escape. Tell you, I'm gonna have to switch off this. I should have seen that coming, to be honest. This is gonna get me hot and bothered. Just not much room to screw up, you know? And worse, the enemies do actually hurt us a little bit. No, boy. see how we're down almost 2 whole hearts already. I'm assuming that I need that. I'm also assuming that this is a okay choice for weapon. No, come on, self. Like I'm slightly worried that I'm gonna find out once I get up to that ledge. Oh, I need the guys that I'm killing above me here. Those guys. Why am I struggling with that? Boy. Seriously, like what? Why is that not... Reset? I don't think that there's anything we can do loadout-wise to help us. We can't use magic, so there's no bubble. My knowledge... None of the weapons would be better at pogoing. I just did it too early there. The pogo is shorter than I think I expect. Like, here, we'll just do it right here. Like, see how if I press it right at the top of this, like right where my feet are, it barely makes it down to the second one, so I really have to, like, wait to trigger it. I can't do it and then... But now I might be in my head about it. Yeah, I think I'm in my own head about it. I think I do need to trigger it earlier than I am. No! Why do I get off rhythm? I just got too far to the side. Me getting 2 there was a little bit of a surprise that I could have done without. What? I feel like I just plowed right through that guy. Like, there wasn't the bounce that you usually get. Is there some timing aspect to that I'm just now... Frustrating. Jump down, jump down, jump down, jump, jump down, jump down. Oh. I was too slow on the down there. This walk of shame over to the corner. Makes you think about it. Got ahead again. Very quickly have run out of interesting things to say. I don't know how people... No! Well, we got the last one, basically, but we didn't get it cleanly enough to do the thing. Started to reach a flow state there, immediately fell out of it. No, come on. We're just clawing our way up inch by inch here. This is such a difficulty spike relative to all the other challenges. Like even the final challenge of getting to Valiant, assuming that that is the final challenge and there's not more to come that yes. Oh my God. But what I was afraid of, yeah, I need to switch weapons. Can I use this? What about this? What we're looking for is good length. Without having like the splash attack. Actually, all right, hold on. Maybe it's just literally we don't uppercut there. Those, I think, are spaced far enough apart that we do the uppercut. Just off rhythm there. And it doesn't hurt us any to uppercut there. That one up. I do kind of think that what they want there is for me to just pogo, but like it's so tight. Like, am I missing a mechanic there with down slashing? I feel like it's just not even coming out. I literally can't get it to... I'm doing it, I promise. Alright, you know what? Pass. There's no point in me even doing that. We saved back in here. I'm just not gonna get that one. I can recognize in myself that I'm getting annoyed at it. That sucks that that's locked behind a challenge that's so unfun. It is what it is, I guess. Like, you know, I'm really surprised that that's such a, like, here you go, have an extreme challenge. I'm also I remain surprised that there's not a save point closer to Valiant. The more I think about that, the more convinced I am that that's not actually, like, final boss. If it is, I'm going to be very surprised. I'm just convinced that there's going to be more. But I could be wrong. Bad positioning on my part. Okay. Better. Kinda hate that, he has contact damage, you know? Okay. Phase 3. are you not dead? You've only got 1 health. I did not want to use that because I was kind of afraid that he's got a whole second form, but there we go. Jesus. A true hero emerges victorious is the achievement we just got. What a fool. You don't know what you have just done. I had the essence of the elements. The dark creatures could only survive in the world of light because I gave them the power to do so. Behind this crack stands the king of all creatures of darkness, the Downpour. And I gave him the essence of all elements. I thought you just said that you had it. Nothing can stop him from invading the world. The cracks will continue to grow bigger. He will send waves after waves of this creature's... Hold up, what? He will send waves after waves of this creature's and engulf the world of light. That's not how the pluralization of that should go. I wanted to control this world, but the Downpour will be satisfied with destroying it. These are warning. Jesus. Now there's one. Okay. Oh, we got a ton of XP from that, which I might should have not left immediately, in case that messes things up, but... Alright, so we're sitting at 65,000 XP. Nice. Take that curative herb. I guess we'll go to the Lumen Woods and just kill these regular enemies until we've got enough money to afford another elixir. Shouldn't take us long. These guys drop decent cash. That's enough for an elixir. Or again. Keep buying elixirs. Alright, go all the way to the bottom, because we can't do it. Into Valiant's castle. So now, actually enter the world of darkness, and let's see what's behind here. I'd rather it not be one of you, because you guys kind of... really need to be using my spells in my fights more. Oh, just right into it, huh? Hello, Mr. Downpour. I hear that you have all essences. Oh. Cool. thus far, seems pretty straightforward, but that might have been phase 1. That was phase 1. Alright. Whew, look at how close we are. I would like to report a major attack. It really is just straight up like, hey man, here's some bullet hell. Whew. The land is now safe. Defeat the Dark Lord is the achievement we just got. That was kinda sensory overload for me. Oh boy. But we did it. We didn't even have to hit. We didn't even have to hit max level. Though we will. We'll do that. Just to have gotten it. Assuming that there is a save point after this that will let us do so. I'm kind of betting that this is the kind of game that'll just end and you just have to go back to your last save point. That was the creature next to the slime that would sometimes give you 10,000 gold. Your Majesty, he did it! He has defeated the creatures of darkness and has returned. That is auto-advancing, that was not me, which I don't love. Oh hey, we're back to that style of armor. You're safe and sound, I am so relieved. So, you have defeated Valiant and his army of darkness. The kingdom of Lumen is saved, thanks to you. I do not know how to reward you for your bravery. Again, what's happening? Again, some seizure warning stuff. Yeah, this is where we are revealed that we're an angel. My people need me. Where did he go? He disappeared. I am sorry, princess. He has returned to the gods. This is how angels leave when they have fulfilled their duty. You mean that? Yes, he was an angel. The greatest of them are called Aggelos. He was one. I'm sorry for not revealing it before. You figured it out forever ago. You knew that he was going to leave, and you did not tell me. Why? Because if you or he had known it, it could have made him fail his quest. So that's why he could assimilate the elements. Yes, just like Valiant, but Valiant chose another path. Princess, do not worry too much. We will all miss him, but know that he is still there, somewhere. Will he come back someday? Alas, no angel has ever returned after accomplishing his duty. The Aggelos who was sent to rescue and guide the Lumen inhabitants. This is very hard for me to read. This one not gonna auto-advance? Oh, no, it did, eventually. They will take inspiration from him and do their best to preserve peace. He will forever remain an example for all. Lumen inhabitants regularly gather at the statue of Aggelos. Confusing that we have not angels, birdmen, and bird goblins. Oh, monkey. The knights here all have different hair colors. That's fun. I think before now we've only seen them with helmets on. Single tier. Boy, she was crushing hard. Huh. Which, I mean, I guess angelic hero. I get it. Maybe. Classic with the sidebar. And of course, naming the enemies. Also classic. Iguana, giant bat, Taurus, dark piranha, plant hop, Nick, Cyclopus, Pinta ears, shark, Lucio Perca, little mask, the downpour. I should be focusing more on the actual credits. Yeah, so like this game is fascinating, right? In not just what it has, but what it doesn't have. Like obviously this game's pulling on the Monster Boy tradition of Metroidvanias, which in my opinion is an underexplored like branch of the Metroidvania family tree. Um, Everyone always, really goes for the Castlevania or the Metroid side, or more recently coming down the Hollow Knight lineage. But you don't see very many people following the Monster Boy lineage, which is a shame because there's some interesting ideas in Monster Boy. So I'm glad to see this game. I enjoyed this game on its terms. Like the gameplay was fun. I enjoyed the world. I enjoyed the upgrades, and like I felt like the progression was good. I enjoy the art. I know that this art isn't for everyone, but I like pixel art, so to me. Oh, do these credits? There's a blank rat with question marks on it. Does that suggest that there was an enemy that I never found? I bet that it does. That's interesting. That's fun. I like that. Jaja and Jojo here. Boy, accidentally just absolutely blasted through that boss fight. Merman, the first enemy that I properly ground in order to get some levels. Inch Pig. The thing about this game is that, like, you can define games not only by what they are, but what they aren't. Like, things that the developer decides not to put in can be just as telling as things that they do put in. Huh, the Cloud just straight up has not an English name. That's funny. This game has some really weird omissions. There's some stuff that's really like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And other things that I'm like, was that on purpose? Like, here, let's go from, like, objective to subjective stuff, right? Something that hits you really in the face when you first start up this game. I like Dracus flying around like that. The main title screen does not have music. And the pause menu doesn't have music. And I'm pretty sure it's because of the way that they handle state. But, like composing and recording music, those both take a lot of time and effort. But actually playing music, if you've got music in your game, then playing it is like 2 lines of code. So not having it on the main screen, that's a weird choice. And I'm betting, yeah, here we go. Like, see how we just don't have music. We played sound. We heard a ding, ding, ding there, but, like, no background music. So that feels really weird that there's no music here for something that, like, would take 5 minutes to fix, probably. Like, it doesn't have to be a theme song. You can just play the song from the first area in here, and that would be fine. It would be better than nothing. Another thing that this game, like, that I noticed almost immediately coming into this game, the D-pad on PC doesn't work. Now, it's easy to fix on PC. All you have to do is go into Steam and say, all right, when I press the D-pad up on this game, I want you to interpret that as control stick up. And boom, it's fixed. But that's the kind of thing that, like, if you're doing an 8-bit style game, not supporting D-pad, the era of D-pads, that's a really weird choice. That's probably a bug, but, like, any framework worth its salt is gonna have D-pad support. So I don't know why they didn't fix that. That's probably just a misconfiguration. I can't say how long it would take to fix, but it feels like it shouldn't be that hard to fix. Trying to see, like, hey, what's going on with this? There is, like, this weird thing where you're playing with control pad or keyboard, by switching off of joypad. I actually couldn't get back using the joypad. I had to use the keyboard. And you can see how, like, these aren't, they're using numbers to represent it, which is a very, like, hey, I don't know what kind of controller you're using, and I don't want to make assumptions. Fair enough. But like, notice what else is missing in this. We've got controls, screen type, language. There's no volume controls at all in this game, which is really weird. um, volume control is really easy. Like if you're playing sounds, you pretty much have to implicitly declare what volume they're at. And it's one extra line of code. So making a sound management class is the kind of thing that you do in a game jam in a morning, and then you reuse that code for the rest of your life. Like it's very portable. The sound manager that I use in all of my game jams is like 50 lines long. I wrote it a decade ago, and it's gotten some tweaks over the years, but it's very reusable code. It's really weird that there's not a volume slider. There's not a way to adjust sound effect volume versus music volume in here. Also, this screen resolution thing is really weird. I don't even really I don't fully know what they're doing here. But you'll notice it's just like going through some presets. There's no way to actually directly control screen shake or VSync. I saw some posts when I was researching the D-pad thing. There's no way to control VSync in this, and that's a bit of a shame. So that really weird omissions on the options. And then getting more into the game, I guess we can do grinding while I talk about this. Getting more into the game, we have a map. Actually, not a bad map. I like this map just fine. But when we go into dungeons and stuff, that's just still the map that we have. And that's strange. I'm betting that the reason that there's not a map is because the world isn't big and complicated enough. The dungeons aren't big and complicated enough to warrant them. But that's easy to say once you've explored around and you know them really well and all that. When you're just in it, it feels like a really weird omission, especially for a Metroidvania. It also means that you're kind of missing out on a secrets opportunity, the game could have a findable map that is in this style, but for each dungeon, an image that's pre-drawn that's not necessarily completely accurate, but gives you vibes for the dungeon. So I think it was a rat that I was missing. I'm gonna go into here and poke around. So I'm disappointed by there not being maps for the dungeons, but that's okay. That's not an objective complaint. That's more of a subjective complaint. Another kind of subjective complaint. We never found any kind of coin magnet or anything or anything to make the coins last longer. That feels weird to me. It really feels like there should have been, something to make collecting money a little less painful, considering the amount of money that this game wants you to find. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking out of my butt here, but it feels weird that there was so much focus. Alright, this little dark corner, there's nothing here? Ah, very tricky game. Hello? Oh! What the hell are you? surprise boss fight. Okay. Okay. Surprise boss fight. Let's see if we can handle with that. Oh man, I probably shouldn't have continued. No, I definitely should not. That's a weird aspect of this game that like we have the continues, but like because you're continuing, especially here where we're continuing from a save point, like all we did was lose XP and resources. We lost our herb. Um which I guess like that brings us to another thing that is kind of an odd omission. This game doesn't do autosaving, which, you know, it's a retro game. Retro games didn't do autosaving. Sure. It still feels a little weird, you know, for a game made in 2018 to not have any autosaving. That enemy is there so that if you change your mind and turn around, you can get enough magic juice to get out. Gotcha. Boy, he's hitting hard. Also, he doesn't have we can a few more hits it for. Nope, never mind. I was lying. You know what? I'm okay with not doing that. Yeah. So some weird omissions, a lot of which I feel like are pretty wouldn't be that hard to fix. I'm hoping that they fix them in the sequel, which will release soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, I know that I've been kind of complaining for the past 5 minutes, but I'm hoping that the sequel will be good and solves the issues and has good reception. I get the impression that this game had pretty mixed reception. I mean, certainly Steam's reviews of it are pretty mixed. I enjoyed it. I think that the reviews were maybe a bit harsh, or a lot harsh. But I can understand why people would see some pretty solvable basic problems and go, what the heck? And not really give the game a chance. Some other stuff that I haven't talked about. The story was fine. I mean, a lot of Metroidvanias have worse stories than this. Some of them have better. This one, like, the plot twist of us being an angel was foreshadowed to hell and back from very early on. So, that really didn't surprise me at all. But I enjoyed some of the twists with, like, enemies and, you know, like, references and stuff. Like, there was surprises in here. I had some good laughs. I generally enjoyed, like, fighting the bosses and, exploring the new areas. I really enjoyed finding the equipment. The music's been a little bit weird because it all sounds very church music-y to me. I haven't actually looked up to see, like, is this church music? If it is, it would actually make sense with the whole angel theme. So, okay, sure. But I could swear that some of these songs, I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are hymns. In general, I enjoyed a lot of the challenges in this game, like the pterosaur thing. Like, okay, yeah, I liked figuring out the solution there and doing it. That one challenge that we spent more time than we probably should have on in the middle of this episode, I did not enjoy. So, you know, some swings and misses in there. I think a lot of the reason I didn't enjoy that one is because there was that sense of I'm making mistakes and I'm chipping away at a limited resource. Like, I've only got so much health, and then I'll have to use my potion and my herb. That's another thing that was a weird omission, I feel like. The herb never got any kind of upgrade or anything. Like, it just was. Like, the herb that we found in that first cave was as good as the herb that we took with us to fight the final boss. So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this one. Overall, enjoyed this game. I'm looking forward to playing the sequel, but it does have some rough edges, and I can see why people who don't like this style of game as much as I do would ding it really hard for those issues. So, yeah, YouTube, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye!